Hi guys, it's Mew2king, and it's been a while since my last melee tier list, so I'm giving you another updated one, as well as letting you know that this one is for melee rollback online. And being melee rollback online, it's a little bit of a different environment. Some characters are more common and less common than others. For example, floaties are less common, and the fast forwards like Falco especially, Fox, Captain Falcon, maybe some other top tiers like Marth and stuff, but notably fast forwards are more common than usual, so matchups against them will matter more. So I figured, why not make another video? So to start off with the bottom tier, I still have Bowser as the worst. Bowser still has some decent matchup against, like, for example, like Fox and Falco, who just attack their shields over and over with up a shield, but he's still the worst character in the game. Kirby's still the second worst character in the game. Honestly, pretty self-explanatory, and if you've seen my old melee tier list, you should know why these characters are so bad. They're just underwhelming in every single way. The bottom low tiers, this is where it gets interesting. I've actually decided that Ness is even worse than I thought before, in my opinion. So I've just been playing Ness, I'm just like, you know, this character, I'm not even sure if this character's better than Zelda. Like, I used to think Zelda was like third worst, but I'm not even that sure if Ness deserves to be called better than Zelda. So I'm just going to have Ness as potentially third worst in the game. Now, I know a lot of people might sit as like overreacting and stuff, but have you actually played Ness? Do you see how bad his recovery is? Like, how like you can fall out of his dash attack? Like, his fair has some okay priority, but he's not even killing you that well. So I actually think Ness might be third worst. And even if he's better than that, it's not by much. So then I'll have Zelda as the fourth worst. Of course, last time I had her as third. Obviously, my Zelda's better than my Ness, so I might be a little biased, but that's what it feels like. So, you know, I'm just going to go with my gut feeling. And here we have another interesting opinion. I think Young Link in the online meta is pretty darn bad. I think he's like borderline bottom low tier. And here's why. In an environment where it's actual tournaments, Young Link has some decent matchups. For example, almost an even matchup against Jigglypuff. But guess what? There's almost no Jigglypuffs online. And then she's okay against like the floaty characters, right? But then it's like there's not even that many floaties online, and it's not like she wins those matchups anyway. So then it's like, okay, you're fighting a Fox, and then, okay, well, Fox destroys Young Link for free. And then you're fighting a Falco, and Falco destroys Young Link for free. And Captain Falcon also destroys Young Link for free. And then Marth does the exact same thing. So all of the like really, really common online characters kind of just destroy Young Link for free. So unless you're just blatantly the better player, then you're probably not getting good matchups. And that's why I decided for specifically an online unranked environment that I'd put him this low. No, I don't think he would be that low in an offline super major tournament. But in the environment that you see on online melee net play, I think he could be considered fifth worst. So then I'm going to go into the low tier. It was really, as usual, it is really hard to rank these. So like I put them in a group with like 7 characters. But I think I'll put Link because similar to Young Link, Link is better versus fast forwards and better versus Marth, which is hence the tier gap, which is why I separated them, the tiers. But I still think Link is like not too great against like a lot of the important characters. Like he doesn't really have out of shield against Fox and Falco. Marth, he can fight Marth, but he doesn't. Marth still wins that matchup, and if they have equal matchup experience against each other, Marth obviously still wins that matchup. Sheik's okay, decently common, and Link could fight that. And yeah, honestly, it's like as I said, the order here isn't very significant because the next characters I'm going to name are all like almost the exact same level. So next I'll have Game & Watch. Game & Watch suffers from the same thing as Link. Falco is super common online, and Game Watch and Link just have terrible out of shield, which is funny because Game Watch has amazing out of shield and ultimate, but in melee he has the worst shield in the entire game. And even unless you're light shielding, you can't really punish. You can't really do much to Falco. So Game Watch just gets bodied by Falco just doing his Falco things, and Fox, you can combo Fox, sure, but neutral you get kind of bodied, and you can combo Falcon, but again without forward air and down, crowds cancel down tilt, you're still getting kind of bodied. Next, I'll have Pichu. Pichu is really, really, really bad against Fox. Like, if a Fox is like half the skill of a Pichu, it's like massively favored for Fox. However, Pichu has decent out of shield against Falco. Like, you have a really, really good shield to protect you. You have a really good roll. You have a decent nair to shield. And, you know, you can do some gimps and stuff. And you can combo Captain Falcon pretty hard. So does that. And he's not the worst against Marth. So I think Pichu is online probably better than Link in Game Watch, in my opinion. Now, Mewtwo, I'm only putting Mewtwo above Pichu because Mewtwo has a better matchup versus Fox. Like, you can combo Fox with Mewtwo a lot harder than Pichu can. You can also edgeguard Fox with Mewtwo a lot harder than Pichu can. And they can both still combo the other characters. Like, they can both combo the fast forwards. Next, I'm going to actually put Roy. I'm putting Roy much higher here than I would in my normal tier list. And honestly, I probably underrated Roy in the past. And no, it's not just based off Zane's results. It's mostly based on, well, it's a little based on that, but the number one factor is there's so many fast forwards online. And yeah, Marth destroys Roy for free, right? But Roy can fight the fast forwards. If Roy had to choose his convenient, you know, like, it's still losing matchups, of course. But among his, you know, the top tiers and the high tiers, Roy prefers to fight the fast forwards, right? Like Fox, Falco, Captain Falcon, because his combos are specifically amazing against the fast forwards. Like, you can down tilt F smash, but if you down tilt like a floaty, you could do an aerial next or a jump neutral B. But if you do that to like a fast forward, you could either chain grab or do smash attacks, right? So that's a lot better. Your throws, you know, tech chases. So because the fast forwards are so common online, that bumps Roy up quite a bit. But yeah, still low tier, of course, but higher than it used to be. Next, I'll put Ganon because, you know, Ganon's just like better than the characters below him. He's just a decent character overall. I mean, well, I wouldn't say decent, but I mean, he's strictly better than all of the characters below him by quite a bit. You might argue, oh, maybe Roy could be even above him because Roy can fight the fast forwards better, but, you know, I don't think that's totally enough. And next, I have Mario. Mario is just like, I mean, he's Mario. What else is to say? He's not as good as Doc. I don't care what anybody says. He's obviously not as good as Doc. No, nobody can convince me otherwise. But Mario might be like better than all the low tiers, but I don't think he would. If anything, I would put him like a tier by himself where he's the only character. But I feel like he would go around there. Next is the mid tiers. Next, I'm going to actually put Donkey Kong because, as I said, it's an online environment, and the online environment has fast forwards all the time. Fox, Falco, Captain Falcon, and Donkey Kong can do really, really good combos against Fox, Falco, and Captain Falcon. And if a Marth player doesn't know the matchup, DK can do some good stuff on Marth as well. And DK can also combo Sheik pretty well. So DK obviously gets bodied by certain characters like, you know, Jigglypuff and stuff, and you know, Captain Falcon when he can combo him, but, you know, DK can combo him back. I put DK a little bit higher because of that environment. Next, I have Dr. Mario. Now, Doc, to me, is just very clearly much better than Mario because he has the Crouch Cancel down smash, which is 2 damage more and more knockback than Mario's. Pills are much better than Fireballs. The cape goes below the stage, like far below the stage. It's much better than Mario's cape. You have down throw into forward air on floaties, up throw fair at 100 versus fast forwards, and the back air that can also gimp at 0. He's just in the important ways like gimping and KOing. He's just way more consistent. Next up, Luigi, because Luigi also, you know, that's why I feel he should be. He has the really good combos. Like if you hit a fast forwards with the down smash, you can do another down smash, or you could cover like 3 out of 4 options with like a stationary down smash or a wave dash turnaround down smash to cover tech in place, miss tech, and tech roll in either the left or the right. Not both, unless they're at the edge already. But in a lot of scenarios, you can cover 3 to 4 tech options, even if you hit them center stage, just with down smash mixed with wave dash turnaround down smashes. And then a lot of the moves just combo and frame trap, and there's like tech traps and stuff. Here we get to like mid-high tier. I would say like bottom of high tier-ish. So I have Samus at 11, but Samus can fight Falco pretty good because Samus has a really fast and consistent up B out of shield. And that's really good against when Fox or Falco hit Samus' shield. And that scenario happens all the time. And there's also, like, you can power shield decently. You can wave dash back out of shield to down smash and stuff. Just play very patient. Unless the Falco wants to, like, threaten timeout consistently, then you can just play your game and be fine. And, you know, melee players never want to threaten timeout, and they're surely not going to do it repeatedly. And then, you know, it's pretty standard. Like, you have Yoshi next and then Pikachu after that. It's just pretty much because, you know, that's what it would be offline. And online doesn't really change it too much. I know Axe doesn't like the net play as much, and he tends to get worse results. And you could argue, oh, Pikachu's lower because Axe isn't doing as good, but I'm not totally convinced. I feel like they're, like, the same type of character. And next we have high tier. The main difference of high tier that I'm going to say is that Captain Falcon actually, despite how common he is, I'd say he gets a little worse, only because Falco is more common. And Falco being super common, and Falco being a really, like, Captain Falcon getting destroyed by Falco, that's not really good for Falcon. And then, you know, obviously, Fox, you know, beats Falcon too, and that's pretty common. The number one reason I have Falcon slightly lower than before is because Falco is just so common online. You're just running into your worst matchup all the time. But he's still in the top 8. Next, I'll have Ice Climbers. I just feel like they should just be around here. It's just pretty self-explanatory. Nothing really new. If you can watch my old tier list videos, you get the idea. And then I'll have Peach next. And as I said, the same reason I have Falcon lower is the same reason I have Peach higher. Falco being super common, and Peach being able to fight Falco pretty well. I think that's enough to put Peach higher than Falcon. As I said, if you watch my old tier list, you know that I was really close between Peach, Ice Climbers, and Falcon anyway. So I just needed a little teeniest bit of a tiebreaker for me to change my stance on that stuff. And next I have Sheik. I just think that Sheik is, the 5th best character in the game. I think she's clearly number 5. And, a lot of top players have said that, and I've talked about this in previous videos, but I just feel like she's clearly number 5. Then I'll have the top 4 in the game with the top tiers. And this is going to be a little interesting because normally I'd put Fox first, but this time I have Fox at number 4. In my opinion, he's still really good, and you can still mash buttons and stuff. But, I don't know, playing other characters, I just feel like everyone's better. I don't really have, a super strong reason for it. I mean, I guess I'll just talk about the other characters. I have Puff and Marth tied for next. So I've been playing Puff a lot online, and I know that, Hungrybox doesn't really train online, so, he's not used to the environment. But a lot of time that I've been playing Melee online for the past few years, even recently, I've noticed I always do really well with Puff online. I don't know if it's people not knowing the matchup or me being better with Puff than I thought I was, or just the fact that Puff can, I don't know. It might just be everyone being really terrible at the matchup or having bad mentality. But I think Puff is a top 3 character online. You could argue, oh, well, Zane's better online than Hungrybox by a lot, so Marth would be better. I guess you could argue that, but I mean, Hungrybox grew up in an environment in real-life tournaments only, whereas most of Zane's practice throughout the years have been more online than offline. So I wouldn't really use that comparison as a standard. And when I play Marth, I feel like he's pretty consistent online. So yeah, I've Marth second, maybe third. And then the best character in the game online, in my opinion, is Falco. And a big reason for this is because online you can do the autopilot stuff, and Falco's really good at autopilot set play, just pressing the set play of buttons and that being effective during lag. Another thing to mention is that the sound is not synced up perfectly online with the visuals. It's not completely synced up perfectly. So if you're going to do something like a Falco side B and you try to react to it with say Marth's jab, doing the same reaction on an offline CRT in real life playing is going to be easier than it would, even if it's by only a frame or so, or a fraction of a frame even, but let's just say a frame. It'll be more consistent to edgeguard Falco offline on a CRT than it will to play edgeguard him on net play. And this sound affects his side B consistency on recovery. Also, the teleporting, how there's teleportation that sometimes happens, that's called the rollback, when the characters teleport back in time a few frames. That actually makes it hard to tell if Falco and Fox are doing their illusion cancels. They do the shorten, and that makes it harder to know if you're supposed to double jab or not. I guess you could just autopilot the double jab, but that's never a little thing. And then the sound not being synced up perfectly affects your out of shield timing, because there's audio cues that you hear a shine and you want to do your input out of shield, whether it's a wave dash or whatever it is out of shield. That also affects the timing on lasers. So in all these little tiny ways, Falco just becomes slightly better across the board here and there from a net play environment, which is probably one of the reasons you see the character so popular and successful. But yeah, I think Falco benefits from the online environment. Now, I do want to say that Melee Rollback has made it a lot closer, a lot less affected than it was in the past. 2018 Melee Online, it was even more Falco favored by a lot. But the gap has been closed a lot, but if I had to take my honest opinion, I still think he's the number 1 character on Melee Rollback and net play. And a big reason is because the audio is not perfectly synced up with the visuals, but it's good enough for practice, don't get me wrong. It's the best thing we're going to get, and it's extraordinary. Melee Rollback Online is extraordinary, but I do think that these tiny little things are beneficial for Falco. Alright guys, thanks for watching my video. Just want to mention, I will be having my next Melee tournament, which also has a bunch of other games, on November 7th, which is on Saturday, in a few weeks from now. So if you're interested in that, if you're interested in competing in my next big Melee turn online, or Ultimate, or many other games, please check out the YouTube description below. The Smash GG page should show all the games, all the information, all the links. Also in the YouTube description, you can do things to support the channel, like you could buy merch, check out the affiliate links like NordVPN, vidIQ, and many other things. Join to become a member, but there's many things you could do to support my company. So definitely, if you like Melee or just want to support for whatever reason, please make sure to check those out before leaving. So with that said, thanks for watching my video, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.